I watched him for 15 years, sitting in a room, staring at a wall.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for those movie characters who made a great impression without uttering a single word. We'll accept unintelligible sounds and utterances, but not silent movies. Number 10, Dumbo.
Here is a baby with eyes of blue, straight from heaven, right to you.
There may be some who say this one is obvious since Dumbo's an elephant and elephants can't talk. But as all of us Disney fans know, talking animals are the studio's bread and butter. From Bambi to Simba, animals have been chatting and often singing their way through Disney movies for many years now.
Everywhere you look, I'm standing spotlight.
Not yet!
But not Dumbo. The titular adorable protagonist from Disney's 1941 movie doesn't say a word. And he doesn't have to. His expressive face and big ears melted audiences' hearts back then, and they continue to do so today.
What's the matter with his ears? I don't see nothing wrong with them. I think they're cute.
Number 9, Lurch, the Addams Family. Yes, we know that Lurch was known to say a word or two in the 1960s Addams Family TV show. He even had his own catchphrase. There are reports that Lurch was supposed to be mute in the TV series and that the "you rang" catchphrase was an ad-lib by the actor that caught on. Regardless, when the show was brought to the big screen in the early 90s, the Addams Frankenstein-esque butler went back to being quiet.
Pugsley, head for the dung heap. Mama and Morticia, the shallow graves. I'll take the abyss. Lurch, check out the bottomless pit.
Well, there were still a few grunts and such, but no words and no catchphrases for the big guy this time. And if we're talking the Addams Family, let's give a silent high five to Thing as well.
Thing, you're a handful.
Number 8, God, Dogma.
Anyone who isn't dead or from another plane of existence would do well to cover their ears right about now.
Is it ironic that Alanis Morissette, a singer who made her fame and fortune with her distinct vocal stylings, was cast as God in Dogma and never says a word in the film? Maybe we ought to know, but we don't. What we do know is that it was great casting on the part of director Kevin Smith, and that while Morissette never says a word, her vocal prowess is honored via an all-encompassing scream so powerful that it causes Ben Affleck's head to explode over his feet. If only she had done it with one hand in her pocket.
Why ain't this broad talking?
Number 7, Dopey, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
And this is Dopey. He don't talk none.
Of the Seven Dwarfs, Dopey is easily one of, if not the most memorable. And yet he is the only one who never speaks throughout the movie. Even as they're all singing hey ho and heading home from a long day's work in the mines, Dopey might whistle a little, but neither a hey nor a ho ever emanates from his mouth.
Hi ho, it's home from work we go.
Yet even without saying a word, Dopey manages to be so eloquent and emotive in his body language and facial expressions that there's never any doubt as to what he's feeling.
You mean he can't talk?
He don't know. He never tried.
Number 6, Mini-Me, Austin Powers franchise.
Breathtaking. I shall call him Mini-Me.
The character of Dr. Evil in the Austin Powers trilogy spoke some of the funniest lines in the history of film comedy. However, his clone, the small-down version of himself, who he dubbed Mini-Me, is famous for having never said a word throughout the 2 films he appeared in.
He's like a vicious little chihuahua thing. He'll kill me the first chance he gets.
Probably.
That isn't to say the little guy doesn't express himself. He uses written notes and his middle finger to let those around him know exactly what he's thinking. And as for sounds, he does make some. There are multiple e's, and he even imitates his master clone's laugh on a few occasions.
Check out Mini-Me. Yeah, he's gone mental on account of the chocolate. It's like frickin' catnip for clowns.
Number 5, Gromit, Wallace and Gromit franchise.
You simply have to do something.
Certainly, Mom. Think we're about to go up in the world, lad.
Gromit might be an anthropomorphic dog, but that anthropomorphicness stops at verbal communication. He can cook and clean, drive a car, and apparently even read the newspaper. But speak he cannot, or at least he does not.
I know you're doing this for my own good, but the fact is, I'm just crackers about cheese.
As with most silent characters, especially ones of the animated variety, Gromit expresses himself and emotes his feelings and desires through body language and his cute doggy face. Those big, expressive eyes let everyone know exactly how he's feeling, whether it be happy, sad, angry, or about to be attacked by a bunch of rabbits.
Oh, Gromit, I don't want to be a giant rabbit.
Number 4, The Pale Man, Pan's Labyrinth. In Pan's Labyrinth, Guillermo del Toro created one of the most mesmerizingly unforgettable fantasy horror characters of the century. And he's a character that doesn't speak. Now, we're just gonna say it, if you see via eyeballs in the palms of your hands, then you don't ever need to say a word. Just holding said palms up to your head to look out at the world is enough to freak us out and create a pretty terrifying aura about you. He does make sounds, mind you. Add to that fact that this pale man is also a child-eating monster, and we say again, who needs words? Dialogue would just be superfluous. Number 3, Kevin, Sin City.
Because there's blood on your breath, and I think I know what kind. So I sniff around to see what's buried. Here we go.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, the images we have of Kevin in Sin City are well worth thousands of words, and he doesn't need to speak any of them. Sure, a silent cannibal killer is a freaky character to begin with.
Damn. He eats people.
But the icy cold silence with which Elijah Wood portrays him makes Kevin a truly frightening entity. And when we say silent, we mean silent. He doesn't grunt or shout or snicker. He doesn't even scream to make a sound when Mickey Rourke's Marv cuts off his legs and sends Kevin's own pet wolf to chow down on his guts. Just silence and a smile.
He's a good dog.
Number 2, Oddjob, Goldfinger.
Oh, you must excuse Oddjob, Mr. Bond. He's an admirable manservant, but mute.
The James Bond franchise has given us some of film's most iconic quotes, from Bond, James Bond to Shaken Not Stirred. However, there was one character who made his mark in Bond lore without ever saying a word except for a few ah-ahs and an art. Oddjob, Goldfinger's mute henchman with the deadly bowler hat, makes quite an impression in the 1964 film. So much so that his iconic hat sold for €62,000 at a 1998 auction. Mike Myers even paid homage to the silent but deadly character with the shoe-throwing random task in Austin Powers' International Man of Mystery. We'll also give a quiet shout-out to the silent bad guy Patrice in Skyfall.
Tell me, who are you working for?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Michael Myers, Halloween franchise.
6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face.
When Rob Zombie made his Halloween movies in the aughts, he had originally planned to have Michael Myers speak his childhood nickname, Boo, in the finale moments of the 2007 film. However, the director changed his mind, thinking that hearing the character speak would demystify him. We agree, and obviously so too did every person involved with making the multitude of Halloween movies over the last 4+ decades.
I believe in Michael Myers, a deranged serial killer, but the boogeyman, no.
Because while the Myers character has appeared in over 10 films, the adult version of him has never spoken a single word. They say that actions speak louder than words, and in the case of Michael Myers, that couldn't be more fearfully true. That's also the case for Jason Voorhees, another horror icon who almost never speaks.
Yo, man, it's cool. It's cool, man. It's cool.
Which of these silent characters made the biggest impression on you? Let us know in the comments.
I need absolute silence while I follow the character.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.